Hi, this is Dr. Mary Hansen, and this slide presentation discusses selecting and defining a research topic. Upon completion of the slideshow, reading the textbook chapters, and exploring research ideas, the students will be able to select and refine an educational topic to study. This will be a topic that you will use for your research proposal in this course. Distinguish good research topics from less appropriate ones. Distinguish between topic statements for quantitative versus qualitative studies, and identify or create good research hypotheses for quantitative and qualitative studies. As you learn about the importance of selecting and defining a research topic, keep in mind the final project for this class, a 3-chapter research proposal. You will be selecting a topic area and reviewing literature related to that area in order to find a research problem to address. Then, you will specify research questions and design the methodology to carry out a study where you will answer the research questions. Finally, for your capstone project for our master's degrees, you'll actually have the opportunity to carry out your study by collecting the data and reporting the results. So you'll be able to do a full-fledged study taking into consideration a research methods class and your capstone class. Since you'll be spending a lot of time on your research proposal and your capstone project, you'll definitely want to choose a topic that is both relevant and of interest to you. Note that for the capstone, instead of conducting a research project, you may carry out an applied project related to the same topic area. When selecting a research topic, there are several sources to consider, including theories, personal experience, replication of studies, and reviews of literature. An ideal topic area will have theoretical and/or practical significance, so all personal experiences will not suffice for the basis of a research study. The topic should be relevant to the field and should advance existing related research. A great place to start searching for ideas is the RMU e-library. We have excellent access to peer-reviewed research in many fields, so starting with a keyword of interest in a literature search in our online peer-reviewed databases will result in ample articles for review. As you think about how you will find a topic to study, you can start by considering some of the educational theory or the leadership theory that you've discussed in your coursework here at RMU. Where you will get the most information, though, is by reviewing the research literature. Reviewing the literature will be central to you finding an adequate problem to explore. Finally, and I can't stress this enough, this topic should be of interest to you. Initially looking at titles and abstracts can help you refine your search by limiting keywords to target a specific research problem within a general topic area. This slide presentation lists a number of possible topics that relate to education and leadership. If you are having trouble deciding on a topic, feel free to post your ideas in a discussion board or set up a call or collaborate session with me. Please email me at hansen, hansen, at rmu.edu if you'd like to set up an appointment. As you plan a research proposal, you'll need to start with a general topic area and develop an argument for studying a problem related to that topic area. Then, you'll be specifying even more specific research questions to study. The research questions will be framed such that they can be addressed with the methodology specified in the study. So, once you've specified an interest area, such as math or leadership, you'll need to justify and define the specific problem to be investigated in the study. After that, you'll list the specific research questions that the study will address. It's important to note that the research questions will not be so specific that they appear to be questionnaire or interview items. When you develop the methodology, you'll be determining or drafting instruments that will be used to answer the research question. So it's important that the research questions are specific enough to be answered with the specified methodology, but not so specific that they are answered with a single item on a questionnaire or interview protocol. The problem statement is one of the most important parts of research because it justifies the need or reasons for conducting the research. A properly identified problem statement will lead to the purpose of the study and to the specific research questions that will be studied. A properly identified problem statement also leads to specific research questions and an appropriate qualitative, quantitative, or mixed methods design. such as a survey or descriptive study, a correlational study, or an experimental causal experiment on the quantitative side, or to a narrative, phenomenological, ethnographic, or case study design on the qualitative side. An ideal problem statement is grounded in the literature, has theoretical and/or practical significance, can be answered by collecting empirical data, and is practical in terms of time and resources required, is ethical in terms of not harming the participants, and is of deep interest to the researcher. In education, we know that problem solving is important. In research, we will use research skills to solve problems. What we learn in research is that finding a problem is just as important. Researchers need to find good problems to solve, which can sometimes be challenging. Sources for finding problems are theory, experience, literature, and interests. Note that it takes time and exploration to find researchable topics. Consider the following example of moving from a general topic area to a problem statement, purpose of the study, and research questions. Suppose a topic of interest is diversity in education. This is quite broad and needs to be further specified. Further, suppose that review of existing literature leads to the problem that African American students' achievement levels are lower than scores of other demographic groups. Consider if the purpose of the study is further specified to examine factors that result in increased achievement of African American students. Several designs could address this topic with research questions specified as follows. For a narrative design, what are the leadership skills and philosophies of successful African American women principals in the high school setting? For an ethnographic design, what is the culture in a particular successful school? Or using the same research question but a case study design, what is the culture of a particular successful school? The purpose will lead to specific research questions that can be studied and addressed with one or more methodologies. For a given study, one methodology is generally chosen unless mixed methods are implemented. Using the same or a similar purpose, a quantitative study could be conducted. For instance, if the purpose was to gain or examine factors that result in increased achievement of African American students, a researcher could use a descriptive or survey research study to examine the question, what factors do African American students believe leads to their success or failure in school? Use a correlation study to examine what variables are correlated to achievement for African American students, or conduct an experiment to learn whether a new culturally responsive curriculum leads to improved mathematical achievement among African American students. This week, you'll have the opportunity to draft a brief literature-based background for a study proposal, and then justify the problem, specify the purpose of the study, and take a shot at writing 1 to 3 research questions that will be investigated in your study in Homework Assignment 1. You'll receive my feedback and will be able to tweak these aspects as we move through the course. Both qualitative and quantitative research designs begin with a topic area and then focus the topic area to a particular problem statement, purpose, and research questions. Articulating the study from a general description to a specific research question will help you in planning out the proposal and also the methodology that you will use. It is important to have alignment between the purpose of the research study, the problem statement, and the research questions. Research questions pose specific questions that can be answered by collecting empirical data, whether that data is qualitative or quantitative in nature. It's important that you are able to collect data that will directly answer the research question, and also that the study be practical in terms of time and resources required. The study also has to satisfy the ethics of educational research, and of course, it should be of interest to you, the researcher. As we progress through our course, we will be learning more about the methodology that can be used to find answers to research questions. But at this stage, finding a problem is very important, so you'll want to find a high-quality problem to solve with your study. The next few slides are provided to give some general topic areas for conducting educational research. When you are deciding on a research proposal, you should visit the RMU e-library. Please note that you will have access to the e-library during our course, and you should plan on accessing it regularly to do literature searches. Some ideas are effective instructional strategies, effective assessment strategies, uses of grades in education, impact of the accountability movement in K-12 education, outcomes assessment, effectiveness of charter schools, privatizing education, the impact, use, or awareness or access to technology in education, the impact, use, awareness, or access to assistive technology in education, appropriate or inappropriate use of social media in secondary or higher education, consequences of inappropriate use of social media, needs or strategies for helping at-risk students, parental role in education, professional development in K-12 or higher education, issues, effectiveness, or impact of online education, diversity in education related to a number of variables such as but not limited to gender, gender identity, race, ethnicity, religion, or socioeconomic status, girls in computing, special education, literacy education, arts education, applied behavior analysis, behavioral issues, effective leadership and management styles, gender and role in leadership or leadership roles or salaries, coaching philosophies, organizational culture, accreditation, motivation, goal setting, or effort. As you work to specify your study, consider the following characteristics of a good research topic. The topic is interesting. The topic is researchable. The topic has theoretical or practical importance, and sometimes will have both. The topic is ethical. The topic is manageable for you given your current skills, resources, and time available. Again, upon completing the slideshow, reading the textbook chapters, and exploring research ideas, the student will be able to select and refine an educational topic to study. This will be a topic that you will use for your research proposal for this class. Distinguish between good research topics from less appropriate ones. Distinguish between topic statements for quantitative versus qualitative studies, and identify or create good research hypotheses for quantitative and qualitative studies. I encourage you to post your ideas on the threaded discussion for this week's class. If you are unsure, or if you have a topic area but not a problem statement, the class, including myself, can help you refine your ideas. Thank you.